The postpartum period is a time of great physical and emotional change. Not only does your baby have to get used to the world outside of the womb, but you are stepping into your new role as the mother. There is the recovery from labor and birth to heal from, as well as establishing breastfeeding with your baby. This is a very delicate and precious time, and one which does not really get the consideration it deserves in our modern society. Women are expected to step into motherhood with ease, being the perfect mom from the outset, and carry on their lives from the moment they take their babies home. But did you know that many cultures practice postnatal techniques to nourish, nurture, and revitalize the mother after childbirth, as well as to help her with additional demands of breastfeeding and caring for a newborn? In China, for example, they have what is called the confinement period, where the mother stays at home and rests for the first 40 days after birth. During this time, there are no visitors, and she is fed nourishing and warming soups and broths, as well as Chinese herbs to bring her back into balance. She is allowed to rest and spend time with her baby. In India, women are fed a specific diet for lactation, given daily herbal tonics, and have warming massages and baths. They are not to do any housework. Instead, they stay in confinement and rest with their babies, and new moms are taught how to take care of their newborn by other women in their family. In Korea, confinement can last from 1 to 4 weeks. During this time, the mother sleeps, eats, and nurses the baby. Large amounts of hot tea and seaweed soup is given to the mother, and this is a soup which is then given to the child as a birthday meal each year. In essence, the mother needs to be mothered too during this time so that she can recover from pregnancy and birth and be as healthy as possible to look after her new baby. Now, how amazing would it be if these practices became common across the globe? One can only dream, right? Until then, I like to take inspiration from these traditions and implement some of them into my clients' postpartum plans. So here are my best recommendations for postpartum mothers. Nourish yourself adequately. This is important for successful breastfeeding, to recover from labor and birth, but also to avoid postnatal depletion of nutrients. Our body will give our babies what they need whilst they're in the womb and breastfeeding. And if we're not replenishing those nutrients, that can leave us, the mother, depleted. A lot of women can find themselves deficient in minerals and vitamins after birth, and this can have both short-term and long-term effects on the mother's health, both physically and mentally. So nourishment is key postpartum. This is not the time to go on a weight loss diet or worry about fitting into your pre-pregnancy skinny jeans. Do not skip meals, especially breakfast. Erratic eating triggers the body's stress response, which can affect milk production. Energy requirements during lactation are high, so ensure you're eating enough. Make your diet rich in collagen to help with repair. Bone broths, soups and stews, gelatinous cuts of organic grass-fed meat. Vitamin C-rich foods are also great for collagen production, so things like citrus fruits, bell peppers, kiwis, tomatoes, strawberries, and even foods such as broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Now, this is important regardless of whether you've had a vaginal or a cesarean birth. Did you know that the placenta leaves a dinner plate-sized wound which needs to heal? Yikes! So collagen and vitamin C-rich foods are key during this time. Ensure you're eating adequate protein. That can also help with repair, as well as thyroid health and keeping your blood sugar stable. Mineral-rich fruits and vegetables can help replenish lost nutrients and keep us feeling good. Magnesium is an important mineral during this time as it gets depleted during times of stress. And let's face it, as magical as the newborn stage is, lack of sleep and caring for a newborn can be a stressor on the body. So ensuring you're eating magnesium-rich foods such as well-cooked leafy greens, whole grain cereals, almonds, cod, legumes, kelp, and parsnips, to name a few, can be very helpful. Prepare food before birth. This will be such a lifesaver once you're home with your baby, trust me. If you're watching this before giving birth, I suggest that you'd spend the last few weeks of pregnancy stocking up that freezer with easy-to-reheat meals. Some of my favorites are soups made with bone broths, frozen in individual portions, which can quickly be defrosted and prepared. If you have a slow cooker, you can also create some stew kits which contain chopped up veggies and grass-fed organic meat, which you then just toss into the slow cooker and add some chopped tomatoes and bone broth and set to cook. Nourishing sauces, which are frozen in individual portions, can also be great to have on hand for quick meals with wholemeal pasta or rice or quinoa. If you have already given birth, then consider spending some time each week to batch cook some food to have on hand during the week when you're busy looking after your baby, or ask someone else to help you. Boiled eggs are great to have as a quick breakfast or snack. Stewed apples and pears with cinnamon and some raisins are a fantastic breakfast or snack paired with some yogurt, coconut yogurt, and some nuts and seeds. Chopped up fruit and vegetables to have on hand for quick meals and snacks. Homemade fruit jelly and gummies made with grass-fed gelatin are a fantastic collagen-rich snack, or you could make like a spiced egg custard. And of course, all of the freezer ideas mentioned earlier are also great to prepare if you have the time. Ask friends and visitors to bring you some real food rather than flowers. After all, you don't need something else to look after. I always bring home-cooked meals when I visit a new mom, as I know how little time they may have for cooking when looking after a new baby, and it is always so appreciated. After birth, spend some time in bed with your baby and rest. This is to help you recover from labor and birth, but also to help you establish breastfeeding. Now, this may not be as easy if you have more than one child, but if at all possible, aim to spend the first week postpartum in bed with your baby, doing as much skin-to-skin contact as possible and sleeping when your baby sleeps. Now, the sleep when your baby sleeps is a tip which is passed on from mother to mother, and I rarely see anyone taking this advice, only to regret it later and pass it on to another mother. I certainly fell into this category, trying to do the housework and studying while my baby was napping, only to find myself exhausted and burnt out. So please listen to me and rest when your baby is sleeping. The laundry and dishes can wait, trust me. As well as resting, ensure that you're staying warm through the postpartum period. Our blood volume doubles during pregnancy, and after birth, the loss of this extra blood means that it's important to boost the circulation again to optimize healing. Eating soft and digestible food in the early days after birth can aid a weakened digestive function and provide a warming effect. Take warm baths when possible and dress warmly. Your baby has been part of you for 10 months in the womb, and during that time, they are accustomed to your heartbeat and feeling your breathing. It isn't until 5 to 9 months after birth that they actually start to realize that they are separate beings from you. So your baby wants to be near you and close to you. So wear your baby in a sling or a baby carrier as often as possible, rather than trying to get them to nap in a stroller or in a cot. Trust me, I speak from personal experience here. Research has shown that close physical contact created by wearing your baby promotes bonding and increased receptiveness to learning. Baby wearing is good for cognitive and social development, as they can engage with the world around them better. It stabilizes their heart rate and body temperature and makes them feel safe and relaxed. And a relaxed baby equals a relaxed mama. So you might find that your baby will nap easier when they're in close contact with you in a sling or a baby carrier. And sleeping next to your baby at night can have similar effects too. Finally, do not be afraid to accept help or ask for help. I know societal pressures lead us to believe that we should just be able to do everything ourselves and be a super mom from day one. But here's the thing, motherhood was never meant to be done alone. You know the saying, it takes a village to raise a child? That's because in the past, we would have had other mothers, elders, and family members nearby to help us take care of our babies. Nowadays, a lot of us live far away from our families and feel like we need to be able to do it all alone. From birthing a child and healing from labor, to keeping a Pinterest-worthy looking home, snapping back into our pre-pregnancy jeans a few weeks after birth, navigating the changes in the relationship dynamics with your partner, and potentially even going back to work with all the logistics that entails. So no wonder women can fall into depressive states postpartum. So one of my biggest tips would be this. If a family member or friend offers to hold your baby so you can take a shower or have a nap, do it. If someone offers to do the housework, let them. If you need help, ask for it. You are not a bad mother for asking or accepting help. And in the long run, it will help you be a better mother, as you will not be burnt out, exhausted, and potentially resentful. I hope these tips were helpful to help you navigate this new season in your life. Let us know if you have a question or feedback in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to click that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with our future episodes. Until next time.